Subnautica Below Zero. Tips I wish I knew before I started playing. Spoiler free. Well, as much as I can anyway.
This is Sparta!
First tip, start the game. Hit escape, go to options, go to accessibility, turn on highlight interactables. This will make everything glow a certain color. I like orange because I want to pick up the legendary loot in most games, so that's why I stick with this. You can change it though if you like. That's the first step. Second step, as soon as you land, right? Save if you don't want to see the opening cutscene, and then you are going to be running around this area, and we're going to be picking up the nutrition blocks and the free food. There's a bunch of flares and water. All right, so there's your drop pod. Here's where you're going to start. Now, when you're swimming, if you hold something versus you unequip it, you'll swim much faster. So you want to just grab a little bit of materials on your way to the drop pod. Make sure you get at least one of these fish here, a little bladder fish.
New creature discovered.
All right, so when you get to the drop pod, if you look just to the left here, you got all these plants here. So we want to grab at least one of the little fruits that gives it to us. So you're gonna look for like the bigger plants like this. Right there, and there should be, yeah, there you go, the little like grapes or fruit. So we're just gonna grab a couple of them. There we go. Now that we have that, we're gonna work our way to the shuttle and pick up any resources we find. All right, now that we're in the drop pod, you want to use your fabricator, and then we will click basic materials, and we will make silicone rubber. Because we picked up 2, I'm going to make all of those silicone rubber to start. Okay, so from here, we go to personal equipment. We're going to equip fins so we swim faster. And then tools, we're going to build the air bladder. And we're going to build the survival knife.
The air bladder provides a significant upward thrust to help you get to air faster.
So the air bladder is fantastic for 2 reasons. One, you're underneath the water and you need to quickly go up. So if you swam, it would be like this, as you see. Versus if you actually use the air bladder. Look what it does. You right click and boom. But there is another reason why this thing is fantastic, and I'll show it to you. Let's collect a couple more of these.
Should be able to use this.
It also holds 15 seconds of oxygen. So what you could do is, you see how I'm down to 30? I can press F here, and I replenished my oxygen from it. And it only takes up a small little bit of inventory. So these things are fantastic to build right away. And to replenish it, it's the same way you replenish. It's the same way you replenish your all your goodies. All right. So now that we have the knife, we're gonna cut this, and we need a few of these because you need 2 of them to make 1. So we're gonna try to get 4. All right. Now, when you first start the game, it's actually a decent food source. Like, it's 3 in 1.
Well, Sam,
Not the best, but if you're in a pinch, totally grab it.
Starting my search. Hope that radio tower's as easy to spot as Lil said.
See, got 8 seconds. I can actually just hit F and go whoop if I wanted to.
Oxygen.
Most of the time, it's more beneficial to actually just go to the surface. But if you're really close to, say, your habitat or anything that you don't want to go to the surface for, you could just get that for a little bit more. All right. So now that we're here, we're going to craft fiber mesh. I'm going to make 2 of them. Now that that's done, personal equipment, we're going to build the standard O2 tank so we can hold our breath longer. So we're going to craft that.
Adding additional
And then
blueprints to
we're
your
going to
vehicle
focus on a scanner. So we need a battery. So I've
The
been picking
standard
stuff up.
oxygen tank can
So
be
for
upgraded
batteries,
for
you just
deluxe
need
and VIP
2
premium.
ribbon plants and a copper. I'm going to make those. Okay, so now we're going to build the scanner. You can also
Alright,
build
I have
a
a scanner.
flashlight if you would like one, and I actually kind of do, so I'm going to make that. It's good if it gets dark to show you in the next trip. Okay. All right, so I built that. All right. So now I have my scanner, flashlight. Okay. And then for your food, if you notice this says 75, these will go 75 over. So if you're at 99, it'll go to 100 and like 74. They're fantastic. So I'm just gonna eat that. Gonna drink that. Not worry about anything. I'm gonna go to my storage. Just gonna put these flares away. I don't really need them now because I have the flashlight. So now that I have this, I'm gonna save. All right. So now we're going to exit here, and we want to start building a base as soon as possible. Cool thing about bases is that if you build a bed, you can sleep. So from the starting point, right? So we're facing the door, okay? You want to look off to your left, and you'll know you're in the right place if you're looking towards this, just a little like right in this general area right there. So this is the way we're going to go. And feel free to stop and pick up any resources on your way. You definitely want to build your sea glide, so make sure you scan the fabrics as you go. All right, so as I mentioned, we're going this way here. So you're going to be going underneath some ice. So before you go underneath it, make sure you get your O2 up. Okay. Now here you're going to want to be a little careful too, because there are these anteater looking dudes, and what they do is they will freeze you. So you want to be careful. All right. So again, just getting air while we can. You can actually go through these bubble fish and get them too. These things here are food, so grab them. All right, so now that we're here, all right, we're going to get some goodies, and then we're going to continue to go. Just grab that for typically water here. This beacon. These are very good to have. So it gave me something I already knew how to make. All right, so from here, we're going to go in this direction. We're going to get a little air here, and we're going to keep going deep underneath the water. Oh, and you do want to scan this thing too. These light sticks are pretty awesome. All right. Okay. So these are the things I'm talking about. These things will freeze you if they hit you. If they do hit you, it's not a big deal. Just hit your mouse or your buttons a bunch of times. All right. So underneath the water, we're still going. I got to turn around. All right, so when you start getting to this bit here in these areas, you're about 380 meters from the spot. You're going to see this opening, and you're going to go to the left and under. And then you're going to swim up here. This is a little hidden cave area, and I'll show the coordinates in just a sec in case you get lost. So this is what you're looking for, okay? So there are the coordinates right there. All right. So in here, if you didn't get that light stick earlier, it's right there. On land, hold shift to run. Or, you know, if you're using a controller, you know how to run. It's like the same thing to run on any game. Just hit the left thumbstick down. So here you can get the snowman blueprint if you ever want to make one. The cool thing with here is that you just started the game. You get 2 prawn suit fragments. A floodlight. I'm gonna run in here. You'll get a bulkhead, but we're gonna go in first. Make sure we don't freeze to death. So you get a large room fragment. Bulkhead door. Sea glide. It's important. You get a water filtration machine. Fragment. A bunch of things to scan, including grow pots. PDAs.
Posters were banned from Xenoworks
Power cell
following a
charger.
lengthy discussion at the annual company retreat 3 years ago. This poster is
Multi-purpose
technically
room.
contraband.
Indoor grow beds. You want to make sure you pick up at least one of these so you can grow one of these trees in your own base. They are fantastic for power generation. If you're hungry, you can grab more. Eat them up. Body heat and food. These are fantastic for that. They don't last too long though. Multi-purpose glass dome.
Was this Sam's space?
Window.
What's she doing all the way out here?
Bed. Make sure you scan the bed. Grab all the stuff you want. This, I'm not going to grab anything just because this is a game I don't really care too much about. You get office chairs. Jukebox disc. Vending machine. Trash can. In case you just want to throw something out. That's all the trash can does. It'll decompose it for you. Eventually, you could build a little guy to go in there. Some more pictures and more PDAs. Tech control room. You get a ion cube right away. You get a modification station. a builder tool. That's very important. Don't forget to grab that. Look at that. Really nothing else you can get up here, but you should go explore down there. I'm just not going to ruin it for you. I'm going to toast up. There we go. Now I'm just gonna grab some stuff on my way back. All right, so now that we're here, we're gonna prioritize building the habitat builder. So we're going to look for. So we need a wiring kit, computer chip, and battery. So it's a little pain in the butt to build, but it's totally worth it. So to build a computer chip, I'll show you where to get everything, wiring kit, all that good stuff. So wiring kit. Computer kit. These are things we need, so I'm going to pin that recipe. I'm going to pin that recipe. I'm going to pin that. Here we go. I'm just going to put all the stuff I need in storage. Okay, we're going to save. Oh. I'm going to build this. This is super important.
The Sea Glide is a personal transportation device used for high-speed free diving. Contains.
All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to, from the beginning of the base here, here's your entrance. We're going to be going to the right-ish, right about here. And we're going to get our gold, copper. I mean, not gold, copper. We're going to get gold, silver, and
All Terra supply cache nearby.
other goodies. So yeah, this Altera cache is a good direction for that.
New creature discovered.
Also, if you're thirsty, you can grab grapevine and you can drink it for water. Stay hydrated. All right, so we're gonna get the cache and we're gonna go down into this place right here. Here are coordinates in case you would like to see them. Now, if you do not need this beacon to be here after you loot it, which you don't, you can pick it up and use it for yourself.
Traverse territory. Show or hide the signals of your choice with your Xenoworks PDA. Now with surface support.
All right. So as I mentioned, we're going to come down here. This is a grab trap. They're really nice to make if you want to catch fish easier. So it's not bad to scan it. And more nutrition blocks and stuff. All right, so in here, we don't need that. So you're gonna get something, a mobile vehicle bay. So that's, always look for the monkey things. So these will give me silver. So we're gonna scan one. Okay. Replenish your
Warning.
oxygen with
30
these.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
All right, we're still looking for gold. We don't want to get too deep because you will die if you are not paying attention. So you're also looking for these guys. These guys will give you gold. All right. Grab as much of the stuff as you can down here. And hit every single one of these you can, even if you don't quite need the maximum oxygen, because they do replenish.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
All right. We got a decent amount of stuff. We'll scan the alien artifacts since we're down here.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Now, we do have a backup plan too, guys. Remember, in case we can't get the oxygen up, we do have our flotation device. You can always make more if you want. Those do suck. All right, so got a lot of silver down here. I need at least 2 gold. I have that, so I'm good. So we only need one more thing, and then we have literally everything we need. So from there, we want to go this direction. Replenish your water and food if you need from the grapevine. These you can actually get lead from, so I'm gonna grab some of those just because there's so many here. My inventory's full. Okay. I'm gonna go back home then and then get the other things I need since my inventory is forward. Actually, we're doing a tutorial. Doesn't really matter. I don't need all this stuff. See, if you eat the food, you see I'm at 77. It'll go up to 152. So you actually don't have to hold on to too much food. Those are fantastic for topping off your life. All right, so now we're in the twisty nether here. So what we are looking for is this exact thing here. This is actually part of the story as well, so no spoilers.
That sounds like a distress call.
Transmission of
So all I need is
origin.
2, but I am going to
Source
get a little
of
more than 2.
transmission depth calculated at approximately
case.
200 meters.
My inventory, we'll drop you. And then I'll drop the flare. That sounds good.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So for here especially, it's really worth to use your use it to extend. Now, if you ever get stuck, you just unequip it and re-equip it. Woo! All right. So now I got everything I need to build a habitat builder. I'm gonna go here. Don't forget to save often, because if you die, you lose a good chunk of your inventory, and you can always Alt F4 and close it if you don't want to risk that. Or if you're on a console, just crash the game. All right. So now we're going to build our wiring kit and a computer chip, which we need copper wire for. Computer chip. And I need a battery. So the cool thing is that if you don't have a battery available, you can literally just hit R and unload the battery, craft the item you need, right? And swap batteries. Or just
Adding
craft a bunch of
emergency
batteries.
shelter
That's good
blueprints
too.
to
But,
your
you know, I
e-drive.
wanted to do that.
With the building
So,
tool,
now that we're here, we're going to
you
save.
can construct sea bases from raw materials,
Oh, hold on.
advising against exploring a frozen water continent without a base. No bed, no storage, no place to put a fabricator module. No
All right,
fun.
so we're going to want a lot of our titanium. And we're going to want this stuff. Okay. So I didn't really go out of my way to do that, right? I like building my starter base here, like really close. So you want to make sure you're not going to hit too much stuff. Build it wherever you wish. Just keep in mind that, you know, you wanted a good open spot. So like I like here for my first base, right? So as opposed to just building the X compartment, which you totally can do, right? So here's a good way to start a base if you're low on minerals and you don't want to do the multi-purpose room just yet. You can build the T, right? We'll kind of just raise this up a little bit. Kind of start it here and then just kind of like kind of go off in this direction here, right? So this will be our first base. Okay. And then you can literally just build 1 or 2 of these. I recommend building 2 if you can. But even 1's a good start. Okay. And then something I didn't even know until recently. You build your hatch on the
Power
top.
restored. All primary systems online.
So this way,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
you have all 4 corners available. So this will be my base, and then I'll build a multi-purpose room next to it. This is how I like building bases. See, right there. You could build it on either side of these two if you want. I just like coming in here. So this would be like my beginning crafting area, and then the multi-purpose room I could set for everything else. So one of the first things you want to do is build a bed, as I suggested. Single bed, because it doesn't matter. Like it's just for looks, right? So I'm just gonna put that right there. Put it wherever you want. Cool thing about a bed is you could sleep, so it becomes daytime, and you could put a bunch of lockers in here as well, all that good stuff. So for power management, bioreactor is fantastic. So you just need a wiring kit and lubricant to build that. So a cool thing you can do with that, what I suggest doing, is on your multi-purpose room here, build another one directly underneath it. And what this allows you to do is, while you're in here, build a ladder right here. So it's out of sight, out of mind. You can just run past it. You only go down there if you need to, right? And then here, right, build your bioreactor here, right? I don't have all the materials, so that's just a placeholder, right? This could be your storage room, but you can also do an indoor grow bed right here, and then put those lantern trees in there, and then you put it in your bioreactor, and you do not have to worry about anything. All right, so now that you're down here, right, you got your bioreactor and your grow bed, right? So I'm going to leave here. I'm gonna grab some of my my goodies. All right, so here I'm just grabbing the fruit, right? That I grabbed. Okay. We're going to put that in there. Now, eventually it'll grow, and when it produces seeds, you can replant more, and then you can put them in your bioreactor as well. And then you have no power issues whatsoever. And then for your base here, you can build a bulkhead here. So it increases your base. See, there you go. You have a very basic beginning base. Now, it would take a little while to farm for these, but you build these, you're good. You got the power, you're good. You know what I mean? Your plant will grow. You'll fill that up. And then you'll plant more here for your own food to eat. So you have food, you have water, and you'll have salt. So you really don't have to worry about it. Now, whenever it's dark outside, you just sleep and you're good to go. And it is that simple. And within not even the first hour of the game, you have a fully functional base. And then eventually you can add to it, you know. You can eventually get the plasteel ignits to build that, you know, and get all that stuff, you know, to make your base what you want. A lot of people use foundations to add to the reinforcement of the base, but I don't like what they look like. So it's good if you want to use it like underneath like the T part before you add, or just like an exterior grow bed. But I personally don't use them. I don't like them. I'd rather save my lead for other reasons. You know what I mean? So now that you have that, you have a fantastic start to Subnautica. I hope this has helped you guys. And enjoy the game. You start in the game very quickly with a decent base.
Oxygen.
And a trick to replenish oxygen. And these are easy to make. So you can hold on to multiples if you want for extra oxygen. Because you could build a standard O2 tank. But let me show you that. Because if you want, you could build more of these, right? But look how much inventory this takes for 30 seconds of oxygen, and this is only 15. See what I mean? So you want to build that to equip it to yourself, yes. But then use the air bladders, because it's 15 seconds versus the whole thing. So they're very fantastic. And you can... Whee! So I hope you've enjoyed this beginner guide to Subnautica. Things I wish I knew to start the game. And spoiler free, and have fun, enjoy the game, explore, figure out where you gotta go, and just enjoy the game. Have a great day.